to shreds. Hunt takes all. Another. More.
Hello. This is my first build video, so please be nice in the comment section. But first we're gonna go through the skill trees. So grab ferocity, grab some frenzy. 1 heat bites, you have to have that. Psycho head on a stick, and some action skill duration with persistence hunter. Red tree's pretty basic. You can move around the points in 2-fang, but I personally prefer 2-fang, and I wouldn't super recommend it. For green tree, we're just grabbing Sikkim. Purple tree is pretty straightforward. Just an FYI, combat veterinarian does not heal your loader bot. I know it sucks. 1 point fuzzy maths and nothing more. Our augments are gonna really do well in this build, so don't worry that we don't have more points than the blue tree to get the bottom 2. The 4th one's useless and the 3rd one's whatever. Take a quick look at the gear. There's not going to be a ton that I change up. But you want the red fang, and you want a spark plug.
Your true nature.
Now the name of the game for like how to play is pretty simple. All we're doing is slamming and shooting and attack commanding. That's about it. Want to keep generating terror with our spark plugs, proccing groundbreaker with our spark plugs, and then let our pet do most of the work, but our plague bearer shots are going to also wreck house, so it's a really good balance between flak damage and pet damage. One of the only grievances I have with the messy breakup is that there are certain like changes in geography that will cause your shit to disappear and reset. I don't remember if yeah, so you will have to change you'll have to switch the messy breakup on and off. Like in this one point when you drop down to fight the Valkyries, and a ton in the Guardian takedown, which like really sucks, but you'll get used to it. It doesn't happen, honestly, outside the Guardian takedown, it doesn't really happen much, like at all. That's the only time you're going to notice it, but even then you'll learn the patterns and get used to it. So yeah, and the other thing that's great about having the spark plug is it means that I don't have to switch to my face puncher every 10 fucking seconds just so I can proc terror. It gives me the freedom to use whatever I want in the rotation. And I have the static charge just so that when I do use a face puncher, it doesn't feel like trash. But bossing like this is really fun and pretty simple. All you're doing is slamming around with the Zet Seeds. You'll constantly send out those debuff missiles, and you'll constantly generate your terror. So it goes a long way. You'll notice earlier for our weapon annoyance from running consecutive hits, that is because one, it synergizes with splash bonuses, which is one of the only like big sort of damage bonuses to our damage formula. So because it synergizes and scales with our splash bonuses, and then it's also really good with overkill and hollow point. And this is a very hollow point and overkill heavy build, very heavy, because our pet on crit kills will proc hollow point, and those hollow points do not only mayhem scale damage but also pet scale damage. So it does insane numbers, and those insane numbers are going to give us damage on our shots. And on our slams. But yeah, mobbing is where honestly this shit's the most fun. Like anything, like the more enemies, honestly, the better this build is. You'll really feel that your damage, and you'll notice that your damage is at its highest when like the content is at its hardest, which I personally really like. Yeah, playing like the Botjob build, playstyle is pretty damn simple. And especially because we're using a red thing, nothing's gonna attack us, so like we don't even have to worry about half of the game, technically speaking, which would be we don't have to worry about defense, and we don't have to worry about personally killing things before they can kill us. So there's like no pressure. But so yeah, you want to generate terror, take advantage of the overkill bonuses that your pet's going to give you, and also take advantage of the ground breaker that he will give you. And you want to really try to position your pet frequently with gamma burst so that it can target the most number of enemies and dish out the most damage. For Wochan, I normally just put him like into like the barrier, just because you'll break his shield and he'll start spawning those drones. The res I switch a lot to, just so, cause I don't want my my Z-Steves to finish reloading or repairing, but I also keep it in my loadout just for that quick, easy revive, which is really nice. But you can use other utility items like the MP5 crater, whatever you really want. I mean, those are like the two most utility-ish weapons, I feel like. I'm using it over the execute because the execute kind of like, it's just not as good, and the debuffs are way slower. But yeah, our pet will shred pretty much any content, including bosses. That Wotan kill was just pure messy breakup drones, but if by RNG's chance he had thrown like a Hunter Seeker at that time, Wotan would have died significantly quicker. Just because of all those scaled massive damage that those do when he throws them. So this footage is also true Guardian takedown. Everything is true takedown, just because, I mean, who doesn't get suspicious when somebody's just running around on Athena's one-shotting everything? But yeah, we don't need any smoke and mirrors because this shit melts. Okay. Pet builds are honestly like, so one of the things that changed recently that honestly makes pet builds a lot better is that they stealth buffed Gamma Burst to apply the bonus radiation damage pets get to their shield effects. So now the messy breakups didn't get bonus radiation from Gamma Burst originally, but now they do. And that was a pretty damn significant DPS increase. And there's still a lot of like glitches and annoying interactions and stuff that like they can fix, and hopefully they do. And if they do address even like half of them, like the damage output on the pet's part and potentially Flack's part could be significantly better. So like one little trick, if there is water, like I like to put it just flat out into the put my pet like into the puddle or the water or whatever, because his shield will constantly break and he will melt pretty much everything like that. Atomic Aroma, I probably didn't mention this, but Atomic Aroma has a lot of synergy and a lot of utility just because it procs Leave No Trace, and it'll proc Monkey Do consistently. So it isn't for damage so much as it is for the awesome utility and synergy that it does have, and it's great for ramping up your consecutive hits. It's fantastic for that too. So it all kind of meshes well for like crystals and things like that. Like, it's pretty much like a no-brainer. I mean, you could have like no skill points and no gear, but you're using a Red Fang, so you're fine. Scourge is, I mean, there's only a few enemies you have to worry about in the game, and it's Wotan, Scourge, and Anathema. And Scourge is like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but yeah, like you can see it, like that was just the spark plug. I don't know why, but like, yeah, the build uses a spark plug, so like Scourge is easy. That, I don't know what that was. That could have been my pet, or Groundbreaker, but I don't know. Now, like right there, I don't know if I had the footage, but you have to switch your messy breakups when you drop down, like to fight Scourge, or like when he teleports you, shit like that. If you get teleported, you're gonna have to switch your messy breakup because it turned off for your pet. And I think it'll do it on Flak too, I'm not sure though. Since in this build, like our messy breakups don't do anything compared to his. But yeah, we're slamming, we're debuffing, and then I'm blasting off the occasional charge it up Plague Bearer shot. No, I did not actually have footage of it, but you will want, for Anathema, you want to skip back and forth between the platforms every time he decides to explode, whatever, during the immunity phases, so that you can teleport your pet out of the radiation blasts. So do keep that in mind, because with Scourge's insta-down thing, and with Anathema's insta-down one-shotting attacks, it will glitch the loader bot and the spider ant countess to just instantly just die. Not even go down, they just die for whatever reason. So you gotta be careful with that, but if you're looking for the highest damage you can get out of a pet build, combined with max survivability, this is definitely the way you want to go about it. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or message me in the Discord. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.